We are going live. We are live.
Uh,
Hello, everyone. We are live. We're 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 live. Welcome, 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 welcome. Day two of our pre-summit, and we are live. 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 I'll get your people on board. Get your people on board. Get your people on board. We are live. Welcome, welcome. Let me see if I can play some music for a bit to chill before we begin. I always give 5 minutes for everyone to join in and then we just kick start. Let me see. See dance pop here. I hope it's nice. All right, let us begin. Welcome, everyone. If you are here alone, you should not be here alone. Bring somebody. Hi, Beth. Hi, Betty. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are here alone, you should not be here alone. You are wrong if you are here alone. You should not be here alone. Send a message to someone, send a message to people to be a part of this live session because I have someone special today. I have with me the one and only, the magnificent, the brilliant Tinuola Esther Oladejo. Yes, she's going to be kickstarting us of on the rested teacher nurturing holistic wellness. We want to know what that means to us as educators, and she's going to be giving us um, all that we need to know today. All right. So get your people on board, get your people in. Remember, we have a lot of freebies. We have a lot of freebies, but let us do a bit of breakdown again on what the summit is about. Welcome, Mr. Moriah Abbas. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, I felt like I was frozen. All right, so the Fresh Look Africa Summit is themed the rested teacher nurturing holistic wellness. This year we are focusing on teacher wellness. We want teachers to begin to take care of themselves. We want teachers to begin to do better for themselves. Okay. So that's why we are focusing on teacher wellness this year because you can't give what you don't have. If you've poured and poured and poured and poured, then you need that energy back. Welcome, Doris. Welcome, welcome. You need that energy back. You need people, you need your energy to be able to pour out into your students. So this year we're going to be focusing on ourselves. How can we take care of ourselves? How can we manage stress? How can we watch our mental health and have good mental health? We're going to be doing all of that this year. If you're yet to register, you should do that right now. The link is bit.ly/TFLA Summit. It's on your screen right now. TFLA Summit. TFLA in capital letters, S in capital letter, and then the remaining in small caps. So register now. Share with somebody. I want you to post it on your status now. Post it on your status now. Post the flyer on your status now. Okay, post it, post it, post it, post it, post it. All right. You have to share with everybody. You know, we have over 1,000 people on board, and that is so amazing. We are so excited about that for Saturday. The summit is Saturday, January 27th, 2024. Okay, this Saturday, like this one that we are seeing. 9 a.m. West African time. Yesterday, remember I said, even though the summit is starting 9 a.m. officially, but we're starting with a Zumba session at 8:40 a.m. So we're going to be here shaking our bodies and just getting warmed up and excited for the summit. So we're going to be here 8:40 a.m. with a Zumba session, and it's going to be online. Just get your workout kits, your workout gear, bottle of water, your face towel. Just come and dance for 15 minutes and we are going to be done. So ensure that you are there. Ensure that you are there. 8:40 a.m. We're gonna go live with a Zumba session. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Aboder Joseph Abisoye. Welcome, 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 Chinwe. Welcome on board. Now, remember I said that apart from being registered, you have a lot of freebies attached to this summit, guys. We are not playing. In fact, today we got a new freebie courtesy our latest partners, but we're not going to tell you yet. We're going to tell you tomorrow, okay, about the new freebie we just got, and we are so excited about it. Yes. But our first freebie is that you get a free certificate at the end of the summit. A free certificate for you guys. You can post it anywhere on LinkedIn, so any social media platform, anywhere. You can take it anywhere. You can even use it in your CV. Tell them that you were at the Fresh Look Africa Summit this year. They will give you that job. All right. Add it to your resume. We are confirmed. All right. Then apart from free certificates, you have a free teacher swag kit. What is in that swag kit? You cannot get it anywhere else. It is a combination of free resources, apps, tools, materials, a lot of things. And for those that have gotten their swag kit, please put in the comments, testify. If you've gone through your SWAT kit, that SWAT kit is loaded. I've gotten comments people have said that SWAT kit is loaded. So trust me, your SWAT kit is loaded. You're also going to be getting a free worksheet because you don't just want to come to the conference or the summit and then you leave without having to implement what you've learned. So you get a free worksheet the day of the summit, or tomorrow probably, or the day of the summit, you get a free worksheet. Okay? Ensure you do that. Then you have a free consultation session. I see that only 6 people have registered. If it's only those 6 people that will get their free consultation, I'm okay. Because those are the 6 people that want to take their mental health seriously this year. Ensure you are on board. Ensure you are on board. If our guest speaker today has the time, she will come and do a free consultation for you. But if you don't register, you're not going to see her. You're not going to see any of the free psychotherapists and free psychologists that are coming on board. So ensure you register now. It's scrolling on your screen. Register for the free consultation so that you can get your mental health checked. God forbid is not a remedy for stress. Okay? God forbid is not a remedy for stress. See a psychotherapist, see a psychologist, see a counselor, see somebody. And we have that for just 20 people on the day of the summit between 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. If you are not there within that frame of time as well, your slot will be gone to another person. All right. So ensure that you download your free SWAT kit, your certificate to come after the summit. Ensure you register for this free consultation. Your networking opportunities I mentioned yesterday. Ensure that you come with your A game. Come with your A game. Don't come and say, hi, this one, Betty here. No, not Betty here. Hi, my name is Betty. Da, 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 da. This is what I do. Da, da, da. Connect with me on LinkedIn. Da, 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 da. Come with your A game because you don't know who is coming for that summit. All right, come with your A game. All right. I see my husband online. Hi, baby. Thank you for the opportunity to do things. I love you. So, yes, so that is that. Then also join our community. Join our community in order to get more information about what we do, upcoming events. We have our Teachers Academy opening. That's another freebie that you're going to get. You're going to be the first set of people to be able to register at the summit for the Teachers Academy before all the slots are gone. So ensure that you join the community so that you have first-hand information. If you have not still invited somebody for this live, I don't know why, but invite someone for this live. I'm going to hand over to Tinuola, and she's going to take us through what the rested teacher means, her own perspective, her own view of nurturing holistic wellness, mental health, and all the great things that she does. And I want her to, she's going to introduce herself first. Then she's going to take us on a ride. Yes, give a round of applause to Tinuola.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sis. I don't know if I get to call you that. We're on live, but I already
Yeah.
said
Oh,
that.
yeah. I'm
Okay,
very,
okay,
I like being
okay. I said that already.
being
Okay,
personal
so
everywhere.
I said that already. So thank you so much,
Thank
Auntie
you.
Okwe. Okay, okay. Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you're joining in from. So my name is Tinuola Esther Oladejo. If you're wondering what the TO stands for, so they're just my names, Tinuola Esther Oladejo, and I'm a social worker by profession. I'm also a mental health advocate and educator. I work specifically with young people, that's youth, young adults, adolescents, teenagers. I work with them, and of course, my journey didn't start, just I just woke up one morning. I was like, oh, I'm going to go into mental health, and I'll start working with this particular set of people. It was because of my own personal, experience. Although as a social worker, we have we have the tendency to tilt towards that area because what we do is similar to mental health. When we talk about mental health, and when you specialize also in clinical social work or health social work, you tend to work in that area. So, but mine didn't come, as a result of that. It came because of, I was depressed a few years ago, and a kind of led to suicide. I think this is the first time I'm saying this on like a live session, because I tell people like just personally, it was almost leading to suicide. In fact, there was an attempt for suicide, and that was how. And when I got better, of course, I sought help. I went through therapy session, and by the grace of God, and also with God and my family members, amazing family members, I'm much better. And I decided, oh, I think I should just focus on this area. I'm a social worker, right? So yes, I'm just going to work with focus on the area of mental health, and I'm going to work with young people because I mean they have a very special place in my heart. I mean, the older people are they are wonderful people, of course, but just excited working more with younger people. I don't know, it's just so interesting to work with them. So yes, that's how I found myself in the mental health space, and God has been helping me. I've volunteered with some mental health organizations to learn more about what mental health is, and taking courses online. I'm currently back to school again, just to also broaden my knowledge in that area. So so that's just a bit of introduction about me. So today we're talking about understanding holistic wellness. um we're talking about the rested teacher, and I have a couple of things that I wrote down, so we'll just be taking them one after the other. And if you have your questions, just you could just maybe write it somewhere so that you don't forget. And when we'll have, I think we're going to have like a question and answer session. So once I'm done, you can always ask your questions, and I'll be glad to respond to them. So first off, we're going to start with understanding what holistic wellness is, just as I said. um there are lots of people that may think they know what it is, but they may not have a full idea of what it is. And I'll try to break it down because there's a lot of grammar that is involved. But I'll try as much as possible to break it down so that we would understand, and it will stick to us. So yes, holistic wellness basically means taking care of your whole self, right? That's your mind, your body, your feelings, and your connection with others. So I want you to imagine a puzzle, right? Imagine a puzzle with four important pieces. So these pieces are the physical, mental, emotional, and social wellness. So I just want you to imagine your holistic wellness as a puzzle. So right, we have physical, we have the mental, we have the emotional, and we have the social wellness. So when we fit these four pieces together, we get a healthy and balanced life as an educator. So we're going to take it one after the other, so that you would understand what it means. So when you think of your body, right, as a physical piece, so we're talking about eating well, exercising. I know a lot of people have issues with doing exercise. Honestly, I totally understand and I can relate. We're in the same shoes. I mean, I still struggle to exercise, even though I mean it's part of what's it called, how do I put it now, it's part when we're talking about things that you can do to improve your mental health. Exercise is one of those things, and I still struggle with it, right? So I totally understand, even if I say exercise and you're sort of like rolling your eyes. So I said eating well, exercising, and getting enough rest. So that's what your physical wellness is about. I hope we understand. I'm trying to break it down so that we're going to understand, because there's a lot of grammar involved. Also, when you think about the computer, right? The computer is if you're not using the computer constantly, it's going to get spoiled, or it's going to get damaged. You may not be able to use it again. So I want you to think of your mind as a powerful computer that you need to keep active every time. It has to be active every time. And we are going to talk about how to keep your mind active. And it also involves learning new things. It's super, super important. So we're going to take that as a mental wellness, right? Thinking of your mind rather as a powerful computer that needs to be active every time. So for your emotions, for the emotional wellness, so emotions are like colorful paint, right? So there's this program I do with children in schools, adolescents. I go to schools to talk to them about mental health, and there was something we did. Um, I was able to get a friend that was into art, and we were the students were able to paint. I just, that day I went to the school like I usually do. I went with my friend, and we went with all the materials, and we're like, oh, we're going to do a fun exercise today. I want you to paint something, paint whatever it is that comes to your mind, just paint it. And there was a lot of paintings, and it was colorful, and it was very beautiful. So your emotions are like colorful paints, right? It's okay to feel different emotions. Sometimes you feel sad, sometimes you feel angry, sometimes you feel happy, sometimes you feel like crying. So it's okay if you have feelings of different emotions, and it's also important to express them. As long as you feel it's okay to feel them, it's also important that you should express them. So we take that as emotional wellness. Then lastly, the social wellness. So this talks about your connection with others, building relationship, positive relationship, emphasis on positive relationships, because of course we know we have toxic relationships. So that's why I'm saying emphasis on positive relationships. So that is your social wellness. So when you put these four pieces together, they form your holistic wellness. So, and also I want you to picture your wellness. So for this session we'll be doing a lot of because it's a virtual session, and we are not here physically, we'll be doing a lot of imagining and just thinking. So permit me, if I'm saying picture this or see this, or I want you to just close your eyes and imagine, or you're saying this. So just permit me if I'm saying that, just so that you will have an understanding of what this is all about. So I want you to picture your wellness as a garden. So we all know that when you have a garden and you plant, you don't just plant and leave it and go. You have to, aside from the fact that maybe of course the sunlight is there and all of that, you need to water it constantly. If you don't water it, what will happen is, even if the plants grow, it's not going to last for long. It's going to die soon, because if there's no water, the sun might affect it. There are so many effects. Sorry, I don't know so much about agric. For those that are into agric, please forgive me. So picture your wellness as a garden that requires attention and care for every aspect. So every aspect of this your wellness, or this your garden of wellness, requires attention and care, which is your emotional, your physical, your mental, and your social wellness. So just like I said, plants, they need sunlight, water, what else again? Okay, I can't remember the rest of them. So I know sunlight, water, and good soil, and other things. So our mind, our feelings, and relationship, they need proper care too, like proper care. You can't take care of your physical health and leave out your emotional health. You can't take care of your emotional health and leave out your mental health. You can't take care of these three things and leave out your social wealth. So everything has to be balanced. Everything has to be in sync. So it is very, very important that you nurture your garden, which is your wellness, as an educator, as a teacher, or as even somebody that just popped in here and say, oh, what are they doing? I want to see what they are doing. So it is super, super important. So the next thing that we'll be looking at is challenges faced by educators, right? Challenges faced by educators. So I'm not really, really into the education area, but because of I work with young people, and of course the best way to get mental health education and awareness is in schools. That's the best place, you can catch people and talk to them. So I really don't. So permit me if I'm saying some things that may be out of line, but I'll try as much as possible to just use the experience that I've learned from people, and also my lecturers and people that I've worked with are actually educators. So now, challenges faced by educators, we'll be looking at that now. So I know that the teaching job can be very tough. I know that, especially for those that they don't get paid, they are not appreciated enough for the work they do. Right, I understand that you face a lot of challenges. It's enough that maybe the students in your class are not doing well in the subjects you're teaching. I know that it could be very, very heartbreaking. Because now that I'm back to school, and I know my lecturers are always saying that they are never happy when a student is failing, or if they have to give a student zero. And I could see pain in their eyes, when they were saying it, that the first day we resumed, and they were really, really, they were just trying to encourage us that, oh, you guys need to read, you need to study, you need to schedule for your assignments, you need to meet up deadlines. If you don't do that, we don't want to give you zero. We don't want you to fail. We want to see you pass. We want to see you succeed. So I know that there are lots of tough challenges that you face, but I just want you to imagine that as you juggling a ball, right? You juggling lots of balls. So you know those people that, I don't know what they call them now, those people that they're always I think they call them circus something. They're always, throwing lots of balls up. So I want you to just imagine, as a teacher, that's what you do. And of course, it's really tough. A lot of balls going up, might be 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10. I don't know, but just imagine that. So that is my own understanding. That is what I feel like teachers do. Right, they juggle between a lot of things. Aside from being a teacher, they also have their family. For those that they're married and they have children, and even for those that are not married, they also have other things that they're dealing with. So I understand that these challenges can be tough, and I know that they can be heavy, right? And these things could include stress. They could include feeling really tired, that's burnout, and sometimes they're running out of emotional energy, right? But you need to be able to understand that you've gotten to a point where you can seek help, right? When you're starting to feel this feeling of tiredness, stress, burnout, you feel like you're running out of energy and not as energetic as you used to. Even when you get to class, you're not talking to your students the way you usually speak with them. You're not in sync with what is going on in class. You're lost in thoughts. Then you need to know that you're not alone, and you also need to ask for help, right? I understand that this topic of mental health is something that we're still trying to bring up now. It's not something that is out, well, it's out there, but it's not out there the way it should be. There are still some people that they still feel that sharing or reaching out to a therapist feels like a secret mission. It's something you have to do subtle, like something you have to, like the whole world doesn't have to know. Of course, the whole world does not need to know, but you have to realize that it's important that you speak up, because if you keep bottling in those things, right, what's going to happen the day it explodes? It's going to be very bad, right? What if there's nobody there, and you're having a feeling or a thought, right? You're having a thought that, oh, maybe you should do something. You're tired of this world, or you're tired of what is going on, and you decide to end things. I mean, something like that could happen. So you need to realize that when you're starting to feel this way, reach out to someone. And that's why this um, organization and also this summit, has been put together, right, by the Fresh Look Africa. And I really, really love the topic, the rested teacher. So it's not just about being a teacher, being in classroom, teaching and all of that. There's also a time when you need to have your me time as a teacher. And so this is also a community for you to have that opportunities, connect with other educators, with other teachers that you can speak with. So don't feel that speaking up is a secret mission you need to just keep and hide until maybe you see somebody. So yes, it's super, super important that you recognize these things. So the next thing that we'll be looking at is strategies for physical wellness. So we're going to be taking it one after the other. So as a teacher, I see teachers as superheroes. So yesterday, when I was heading back home, I had gone to an elementary school, just briefly, and I heard a student was she was talking to a friend, or I think someone else, but someone a bit older than them. And she was like, "Oh, my teacher is my superhero." And I mean, that stuck with me. I was like, "Oh, so cool." I just passed by. I was like, "Oh, really cool." So I just remembered now, and that's why, yeah, it just came to my head. So teachers are superheroes, right? And we know that when I hear superhero, what comes to my mind is somebody strong, someone that is that the defender, someone that can, just defend anything. If there's anything going on, the person is going to handle it. Even when you least expect, the person is going to show up, and the person is going to help you. So as a teacher, or as a superhero teacher, you need a strong body to to match your strong mind. I believe that teachers have strong mind. That's my belief, because teaching job is not easy, right? Standing in front of people, not and not just standing in front of people, those that even teach younger children, right? Maybe children in kindergarten or crèche, they are doing a lot of amazing job, because those children are not so easy to manage. I mean, when you're telling one to sit down, another is standing, and you have another one that is crying. How do you do that? So I believe that teachers have strong mind, and that's why I said they need strong bodies to match their strong mind. So just think of it as getting yourself an extra power suit, right, on your superhero cape as a teacher, right? So, and what is going to be helpful to that is, of course, you need to do regular exercise. Exercise is very good. I cannot overemphasize, the importance of exercise. It is very, very, very good. And eating the right kind of food. Eating the right kind of food. Yes, there are some food that you're not supposed to eat. There's some food that you're not supposed to eat. I know it's kind of shocking, but there are some food that that's been researched that are linked to mental health. So I recently got interested in nutrition and mental health, and I've just been reading up on it. It's something very, very fascinating how certain food can increase, mental health issues, or if you're dealing with anything that is affecting your mental health, there are certain food that you take that they would make it worse. Yes. So I found out about that recently, and I was really, really amazed and surprised. So eating the right kind of food is super important. Healthy food, vegetables, not oily or fatty food. Pop off, don't, I mean, don't um don't say, oh, I don't know, if someone may be thinking, oh, are you saying we should not eat pop-off or donuts or all of those things? No, I'm not saying you should not eat that, but there should be moderacy in that. So that's why I say eat the right kind of food, which would include vegetables and just healthy food, really, fruits. So, and getting enough rest. You need to rest. I know, teachers, you're a superhero. I know that. I know you can save the world, save the whole class. Like maybe one teacher is sick and they call you up that, please, could you back up or cover up? And you're like, yes, I've got this. And you have like two teachers or three teachers, for instance, that maybe they say they can't come in. And you're like, oh, yes, I've got this. And of course, I know you've got this, but you need to get enough rest. That alone is stressing you out. That extra. Now, I'm not saying you should not assist a colleague. That's not what I'm saying. We're going to get to that, setting boundaries. I'm not saying you should not assist, but you need to understand that you should not overuse the superhero power that you have. You shouldn't overuse it, right? You shouldn't overuse your energy, because if you keep doing that, before you know it, you begin to burn out. So first, I said regular exercise, eating the right kind of food, and getting enough rest. So for the exercise, I just want you to imagine it as your power up, right? Your secret power up is not taking anything, taking any drug. Just see exercise as your secret power up that keeps you strong and ready for action. And also eating good and colorful food, that would mean providing fuel. Like just see that as your superhero vehicle, right? As a superhero, you need fuel in your car, or you need fuel in your vehicle. So just see eating that good food, or eating that healthy food, as your fuel to your superhero vehicle. And also you need to recharge as a superhero. You cannot be saving the world from Monday to Friday. You need to recharge. So you need to get enough sleep and enough rest is super, super important. Remember, a healthy body is a sidekick to a healthy mind. Very, very important. And when you have a healthy body, it's just like you have a super team in you that is working together, and they are ready for you to move. And your class is happy, your class is bubbling. Even you, the teacher, you're happy and you are also excited. So the next one that we'll be looking at, okay, the next one that we'll be looking at is prioritizing mental health, mental wellness, sorry, and emotional wellness. So as superhero teachers, again, permit me, will be, if I'm saying a lot of superhero, just permit me for today. As superhero teachers, you have a powerful mind. I've said that you have a powerful mind, but you even need a shield, right? So let's take that as your mental shield. As a superhero, you need a shield that, so that if there's anything you that will guard you against whatever wants to come to your face or to your body. So you need a mental shield. You need to keep your mind strong. It's super important. The first thing is mindfulness. So when we talk about mindfulness, a lot of people think about yoga, right? And I mean, I don't have anything against that, right? I don't have anything against that. We're not going to talk about that here. But mindfulness is way more than yoga or any other exercise that's involved in that area. Mindfulness can also mean just taking a pause, right? You just take a pause. You stop everything you're doing. If you have to put your phone on flight mode, or if you have to mute your phone, if you can't put it on flight mode, mute your phone and you take a pause. You can close your eyes, right? You can just close your eyes. For me, I'm a believer, and of course I love the Lord. So when I step in my mindfulness element, I just listen to a worship song. I put in my earplug or earpiece, whatever it is, in my nose. I said my nose, sorry, in my ears. And I'm listening to a worship song, right? I'm listening to a worship song. I'm just trying to stay in tune, with what I'm not thinking about what is happening, just looking, to my heavenly Father, right? So yours, you don't have to do what I do, you have to figure out what works for you. So that's why I said you need to take a pause as a teacher. Not every time you're always on the go, you're always running, you're always number one. When they say Mr. Family, where are you? You are here. You raise up your hand. Yeah, you are here. Mr. Family, where you are here. You need to take a pause. You need to relax. You need to take a moment and breathe, right? You need super, super important. These things helps you calm and focus. They help you feel calm and focus. Super, super important. Then the next one that we'll be looking at is setting boundaries. Setting boundaries. So we are going to imagine or see setting boundaries as creating a superhero force field. Creating a superhero force field. So this is you saying, I need time for myself, and that's okay, right? You have someone that said, oh, I need you to cover up for me. You can't. Maybe it's an extra class and it's going to be extra money, but your health is more important than I know money is also important, but if you feel that you cannot, it's okay for you to want to have time to yourself. It's okay for you to have a me time. So setting boundaries, say no when it's not every time they say do this, you're here, do this, you're here. Should you not get involved with things in your school or with your student or with your other colleagues? I'm not saying you should not do that, but you need to set boundaries. It's super, super important. When you set boundaries, I know if you're like me that you don't like to say no. You don't like to say no to people. Like, I had to learn how to say no. I had to learn because I'm not necessarily a people pleaser, right? But they're just, when someone reaches out to me, what comes to my head is, oh, it's because of they thought about me. Like, it's the thoughtfulness behind them reaching out to me. That's always it for me. I appreciate that thoughtfulness that, oh, out of everybody, you felt like you should reach out to me to do this. It means a lot to me. So it used to be really hard for me to say no. So every time I'm saying yes to this, but I had to learn with time. Like when someone reach out, oh, we need you to do that. Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't do that. I'm really sorry, but I have somebody. If it's something that I know people that they can take it up. Oh, I have someone that can do this. Do you mind me reaching out to her or or him, or do you want to reach out to the person and discuss? Maybe I feel this person would be better to take up this. Do you understand? So you can do that as a teacher. Set boundaries. Super, super important. And also self-compassion, right? I know you love to help. I know you're very compassionate. You love to help people. You have a heart. You have a big heart, but you also need to have compassion for yourself. It's very, very important. If there is no you won't be able to function the way you're functioning as a teacher or as an educator. So you need to have self-compassion. So let's imagine self-compassion as your superhero hug. So the first thing I said the superhero pause button, which is mindfulness, right? It helps you to feel calm and relax. I said superhero force field, which is setting boundaries. Then the next one, I said self compassion, see it as a superhero hug. Then also, even superheroes need allies. Yes. So when I say allies, sometimes when you're struggling as a teacher, you need to reach out to friends. You need to reach out to professionals. It's just like you're calling for backup. When I used to watch a lot of cartoons while growing up, so I know that when there was one of these cartoon, Fantastic Four or something. I know when one of them is in trouble, there's always one person that is always coming to save one of them, or just continue from where the person stopped and take over. So you need to have these people around you, right? You need to have them. Like, it's super important. I know you're a superhero, you're strong, yes, and I appreciate that, but you need to understand that you need people around you. When you feel that you can't handle things anymore, feel free to reach out. And that's why you like, we have the Fresh Look Africa. It's a community where educators meet, where teachers meet. You can have build a community of people. I heard when my sister was saying that there's going to be I think networking. You could network with someone, and even if you don't have anybody, you could always reach out to her. She's going to respond to your message. I mean, she has experience in this area, so if there's something that you feel that, oh, this thing is hard, even if she can't handle it, I'm sure she has lots of people on her list that can handle that. If she can't do that, her husband is also a teacher, right? So it's a good thing. He could also help. If he can't, I know he knows someone that could always help out. So you need people around you. You can't just do it. Yes, you're a teacher, you're strong, superhero, all of that, but you need to have people around you. Is super, super important. Then the next thing we'll be looking at, fostering social connection. That is your social wellness. So like I said, you need to have allies, right? You need to have friendly allies. Yeah, we have toxic allies. Yes, emphasis on friendly allies. So I see social connections as the things that they make us feel happy and they make us strong. There are lots of times that I know some of us, we are the type of people that we like to do things solo, right? One of those people, but I've learned that you need to have people around you. It's very, very important. You can't do everything by yourself. It is impossible to do everything by yourself. Yes, I know you can handle a lot of things, but you need to have people, because when you break down and there's nobody that is aware of what you're doing, how are you going to handle it? Right. So it's super, super important to have this connection. So I want to encourage every educator and every teacher here to build up friendship with other teachers. Don't beef that other teacher. Don't beef. I don't know why. I don't know why teachers have this thing. I know when I was doing my first degree, we had that in my school. Like, some lecturers were beefing some other lecturers, and they make it obvious. I don't even know why they do that. Nobody is your enemy, right? Nobody is your enemy. You should build friendship with other superheroes, your other superheroes teachers. You should build friendship with them. Is super, super important. And the next thing we'll be looking at, which is the last thing I pointed to my note, how do you integrate this wellness to your professional practice? Integrating wellness into your professional practice. So as a teacher, you need to turn your classroom to a wellness heaven, right? You need to turn your classroom to a wellness heaven. When you're happy, when your teaching space is positive and is inclusive, and you're happy, your students are also happy, your wellness journey is going to go well. It's going to go smooth. So I want you to see that as planting seeds of happiness. I want you to picture that, turning your classroom into a wellness heaven as planting seeds of happiness. Turn your classroom into a cozy home for learning. Encourage kindness, encourage respect. Don't just go to your class, and it's not just about teaching them, right? You should also promote student wellness. That goes a long way. don't say, oh, what has the student wellness got to do with my wellness? It has a lot to do with your wellness, because when your students are not doing well, or when things are going wrong with your students, it's going to affect you directly or indirectly, especially for those that may have some kind of emotional attachment with their students, which I feel like most teachers do have, right? Most teachers do have some kind of or form of attachment with their student. So it is very, very important that you promote your student wellness, in well-being rather, into your classroom. Very, very important. Not just your classroom, but the school in general. If you know that there's something that you could do in the school, you could meet your maybe the HOD of the department you're teaching, or maybe the principal, vice principal, whoever that person is. Oh, can we start this? Can we? I feel that we should do this for the student. Let's start this wellness initiative for them. Let's do some little fun exercise. Let's take mindful. Let the student take mindfulness breaks. Incorporate it into their classroom activities. So there's this resource that I use to teach the students, because they are students and you need to get their attention, right? So I can't just go there and start blowing grammar, or all the mental health grammar and all of everything that concerns it. So I had to go online and search for this resource. So I would share the link with my sister, and she would always share it with you guys. It has lots of resources on how you could incorporate mental health activities into your classroom. It has a whole lot of things I could do, and it's fun. There's this video I had played for my students before. Permit me to say my students, even though I'm not a teacher. Before I had to go back to school. It talked about mental health. There was this student that was having mental health issues, how she was able to overcome, and there was this other student that was also having mental health issues, and it was hard for him to deal with it. He had to seek the help of their counselor in their school, and they really loved it. I saw the way they were glued to the I had to take my tablet, because of course the school is a public school, so they don't have like I don't know what they call this thing now, the projector or all these slides. Please forgive me. This slideshow, or sorry, I don't know the name now, that they used to project it. So they didn't have that. So I had to take my tablet, and my mom as well, I had to borrow hers so that we could just play it for them. And when I told them, I said, oh, today we are doing something different. We're going to watch a video. They were so excited. And these are GS1 to SS3 students, right? They were super excited. And I saw how their attention, they were just glued to it. And they were like, oh, mistress, please, could we play it again? I was like, okay, we're going to play one more time. And I asked them a question. So the resource already came with questions. So I didn't have to come up with questions. So I just used the question that was there. So this kind of material or resources will be helpful for you as an educator or as a teacher. Is going to help you a lot if you need to create anything. It's not just that. You can also check up online and see other things. How do I make my class active? How do I make my class inclusive? How do I promote positivity in my class? How do I promote happiness in my class? How do I make everyone in my class feel valued and ready to learn? If your students are not ready to learn, that is another issue I feel that you might have, right? So it is super, super important for you to incorporate those things in your class. And we would also picture that as a superhero academy for joy and well-being. So we're going to take your class, right, as a superhero academy. You're the superhero, and your students are the people that are coming to your superhero academy. Yes. So that is all. And lastly, I just have a few minutes to wrap up. I just want you to know that as teachers, you guys are doing an amazing work. I want to say, I mean, nobody asked me to do this, but I see what teachers do, even my instructors. Like, I see all my lecturers in school now, I see how hard they really work. Like today when I went to school, one of my lecturers, she's very, very sick, and she still showed up. She's like, I have to show up. We only have this class once in a week, and I just have to come, and you guys you mean a lot to me. And I was really, really touched by what she said. So I want to say, first off, thank you to all the superheroes, the teachers, for the incredible work they do. Thank you for your dedication to transform the lives of your students, and not just transforming their lives, but you are shaping their lives to be better humans to the world, right? So I want to say thank you very much. But please and please don't forget, prioritize your well-being. Very, very important, because when you're a happy superhero, you make your class shine. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yay, amazing. Superheroes. That's what you've been called
Superhero.
all through. You are superheroes, but you need your allies, the good allies, the
Yeah,
positive allies.
positives.
Thank you so much, Tinuola. I'm so excited about this approach that you took to superheroes. I find that myself, I've been like using superheroes a lot to teach. Like
Oh,
all the presentations that I had recently, I use like superheroes. I'll always say you're a superhero, like using the superhero when you need allies and things like that. So that was amazing. Well done. Thank you so, so much. I'm so glad that you were able to break it down into the physical, having physical wellness and social wellness, personal wellness, financial, all of those things come together to make the holistic wellness, and even taking it into our classrooms. So it's possible to make our classrooms a haven
yeah.
where wellness is our watchword. If everyone is well, then that stress would be at a minimal level as much as possible. Thank you so, so, so much. That was excellent. That was good.
Thank you so
If you
much.
have questions, please drop them in the comment section. We're about to round off in the next 5 minutes. If you have if you have any questions, please drop it in the comments. Let us know if you have any questions. So, could you give us an example of how we can make our classroom, like a practical example of ways we can make our classroom a haven of wellness? So, something that our teachers can go back with today, and when they get to their class tomorrow, is something that they can just quickly implement.
Okay. So, from my personal experience, one thing that I asked um the students to do was, I told them to get a sheet of paper, and I said they should write the meaning of their name. um your name might mean, for instance, my name is Tinuola, which means inside wealth, right? So I said, okay, if my name is Tinuola and is inside wealth, there's a lot of meaning attached to my name. My name is not just inside wealth, there are lots of things. So I broke it down to the students. I said, okay, for instance, me, I'm here, I'm teaching you guys on mental health. I'm a social worker, so Tinuola also means the social worker. Tinuola means um your mental health body. I was just giving them example so that they could understand, what the exercise I was asking them to do. So as a teacher or as an educator, one thing that you can do for them, you could ask them to do this exercise. And what this exercise does for them is it gives them the ability to be self-aware. So they are self-aware of who they are. So most of these students, they don't even know who they are. They are just going to school because, of course, we were forced to go to school. I didn't say that. Yeah, those students, some of them are not happy. There's some of them that they came to school with one issue or the other. Like, for instance, there was one of my students that she told me that, please forgive me that I'm saying my student, even though I'm not a teacher.
No, no, no,
She
no.
told
They're
me
students.
that,
So that's what we're trying to preach. That you don't have
yes,
to be in the classroom to say you're a
yeah,
teacher.
you don't have to,
The
yeah,
class is
yes,
not an
exactly.
environment. So yes, they're your students.
Yeah. So there was one of them that she opened up to me that she has been living with this woman that her mom had dropped her with for many years. She's 12 or 13 now, and her mom has dropped her with that woman she has been living with. The woman doesn't give her money to come to school, so she doesn't eat. So her friends, they share their food. She has like very nice friends that they do share their food, and she treks back home. Or maybe if her friend has an extra money and she gives her like, okay, take this bike, and her house is very far from the school. So when she had opened up to me, that kind of student, when she comes to school, she's not saying anything. She just sees it as a waste of time. Like, okay, the woman paid my school fees, so let me just show up here and sit down. So that exercise would help your students to be self-aware. They know who they are. So even when they are going through something, they are able to go back to what they have written down, and it's going to strengthen them. So that's one thing I do as well. That exercise, I do it a lot, and I try to update myself every time. Who is Tinola? Lots of things I've written down. So even when I'm feeling down or I'm feeling sad or I want to give up, I go back to that journal where I wrote it, and I just read it, and I was like, and I'm always like, oh, you said this, so you're going to do this. You're not going to give up. You keep moving, and if something else comes up again, I'll fill it up again. I'll write it. So you can do that exercise for your students. It's going to help them a lot, and it's also going to boost your class. There are other activities as well they can also take, but they are not my own personal activities I came up with. And that's why I said I have the link to the resources, so they can go there and just take a lot of things from there and use them. So I'll share it with you so you can share it with them, and it will be really helpful to them.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. And there's another question that says, what are some of the activities teachers can provide or promote mindfulness in a school setting? I think Tinuola
Uh,
has
okay,
answered that.
yeah, I think I could just add something. So while you're teaching as a during your class, you can just take a break, like take a pause from the class you're doing. So maybe your class is 20 minutes, okay, let me say 30 minutes. You can have like a 2 minutes pause. Just tell your student to, they should close their eyes and maybe imagine something that they want. It could be chicken and rice. You may see some of them smiling, or maybe it could be some of them imagine themselves, because I mean, these children, they have really really big dreams, like really 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 big. So you could just take that pause in the middle of your class. Don't just go on and on, especially those that teach mathematics. I know mathematics could be very stressful, physics, chemistry, and all of that. So you could just take a pause in your class, tell them to close their eyes, and you could also do the breathing technique, right? There's a breathing technique that you could do. You tell them to breathe out, hold, and you count 1 to 3. They would exhale. You count 1 to 3. They will inhale again. So those are things that you could do in your class. Those are quick things that you could do.
Awesome. Awesome. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So once again, we have a free resource coming our way. So you can see this summit is something that you don't want to miss. We're gonna have lots of resources. We're gonna have lots of resources coming our way all through this period and even after. And even after, thank you so much, Tinola. Thank you, sis, for doing
Thank you
this with us.
so
We are
much.
so grateful. Guys, can we say thank you?
Thank
Thank you to our
you.
sister. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're so
Thank you so
grateful.
much.
Guys, the Fresh Look Africa Summit 2024 is on Saturday, January 27th at 9 a.m. This Saturday, this Friday, sleep, you wake up before 9 a.m., freshen up, take a bath. Don't wake up at 9 o'clock. Wake up 8:40, enter, do a bit of workout. You've heard working out is good for your body. If you don't work out, you don't eat healthy, you are liable to stress and mental health issues. It's not a message of doom, it's just the reality of life. So ensure that you come in, we work out a bit, and then we kick off at 9 a.m. It's going to be fun. It's going to be relaxing. You're going to learn a lot. We're going to have games. We're going to have freebies. Just ensure that you are available. No distractions. That's another thing. No distractions. Keep the Instagram away. Take care of the kids. Have their breakfast ready and all of these things so that you can have your own personal time. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good evening. I will see you on Saturday, 9 a.m. 8:40 a.m. if you want to be part of the Zumba session. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.